bad news. So I have my blanket and I have a towel. You may have a yoga strap. Those are two things I'm thinking about today. Again, kind of working on this being open. Summertime is open. Let's go do this. I should note that I have this on my knee. So my knees got a big workout yesterday. I walked to downtown and back, so it was about 8 miles, 20,000 steps, which was fine. But I think I kind of overdid my knee, which I'm waiting to see a doctor to kind of put it on the right track. I'm not rehabbing it myself because I work in my yard. And those of you who know when you work in your yard, you kind of tend to squat. So anyway, I'm just here to show you that you can still do your yoga practice and maybe modify it a little bit. So if there's something going on with you, your neck, your shoulder, your hips, your back, your toes, then you just modify as you will see me doing. So with that said, let's come to Samastiti. I am gonna sit on my blanket and I have some new moves for us today. So I'm excited to have you here. All right, so I come to sit in this creative way. So I'll probably leave my leg extended and tuck my other leg in, but you could, have both knees in the way you usually do. Let me turn this music down a little bit. It's background music, but it also may be something nice to hear in case there's a little banging and clanging. So we come to Samasthiti, we come to the moment on this beautiful summer day to push away the distractions of painters or garbage men or whomever that you may feel distracted by. So let's remind ourselves about Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor energy that supports our internal organs, but also roots us into the earth. And then the action of Uddiyana, that zipper motion as you draw in. This is very foundational to every pose, especially when you're sitting. And so as you sit, address the bandhas, lengthen your spine. Your palms can be supporting you with hands on thighs or holding onto your legs. They can be floating into a mudra gesture. Visualize the neck lengthening up through the crown of the head. And now draw into your breath as you relax through the neck and the shoulders. Kind of bring your attention to the moment. The breath is one way to do this, but I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and suggest another way to bring yourself to presence, to Samasthiti. So wherever you're sitting in your space, perhaps you know this space very well. I want you to look around the space with new eyes, like you've never been here before. And maybe you noticed with some sun coming through, some sparkling of like dust particles or sun particles. Maybe you noticed something that you've not ever seen. So give yourself a few moments and look anew for 3 things. See if you can find 3 things that you've not really noticed before. So this focusing on something anew is a way to bring you, forces you almost into the present. So just another tool in that little bag of yours as you proceed on in our life. So let's come back and take a breath as the arms stretch to the side. Exhale the hands at our heart, cultivating our attitude of gratitude. So I am thankful you're here. I'm thankful I am here. I'm thankful for my many blessings. And I'm going to go into my fingers a little bit. Now, even though it might be a warm day where you are, let's bring a little warmth to the hands, because some of us have cold hands, warm heart. So I'm just bringing a little warmth into my hands, and I don't want to be bending my fingers back like you would be cracking your knuckles. I'm basically going to be moving through the wrist and then also separating through my hands. And your hands may be perfectly fine, but let's just see how they are today. Okay, so put your hands out in front of you, palms away, and spread your fingers apart. So when we're on our hands and knees, or on our hands in plank, or anywhere where we're on our hands, we want a spread of the fingers, and particularly pushing down on the first finger and thumb to keep the pressure off of our wrist, which can be problematic for some. So let's open and close the hands. Ouch. Open and close the hands. And so there may be some issues, and you may say, yeah, this is like not anything that is helpful to me, but we're giving it a warm up here, opening and closing through our joints, and then moving through the wrist, keeping in my fist, moving through my wrist, kind of a figure 8. And then extend the arms all the way forward, and again, flex the wrist, palms toward me, shoulders are down, and then point the wrist down and up. So I'll turn to the side so you can see I'm pointing. Now, if your shoulders get tired, you can lower the arms. Where the arms are is not important. I just put it up here so you can see my hands better. And the hard part is the opening. And then take a big breath, let the arms rise and lower. Those of you sitting with your ankles crossed, if you want to switch and put the other leg out, go ahead and do that. And so now I'm going to present my right, what would be my right hand towards you, the back of the hand, the palm is facing me, and my arm is straight. Use your other hand, likely your left, and fold the fingers in toward the wrist. So if I put my hand down, you can see my fingers are moving in toward my wrist, and my arm is straight. So this is for my forearm. So if you play tennis, this is a good thing to do. You want a strong forearm, but you also need it flexible. Pickleball, or tennis, or nothing, gardening. Now I'm going to change and present the palm forward and use my palm on my hands at the palm and the fingers. So not just bending my fingers back, get your hand on your palm, straighten the elbow, and flex the wrist. This might be uncomfortable, but it should not be painful. As you release, we'll just kind of hokey pokey and do the other same, other arm. Left, fold in the fingers, relax the shoulder. Are you noticing a discrepancy between one hand and the other? I have a big discrepancy, but I can feel my forearm stretching, and so this is a value. Stay connected with your breath and your bandhas. As you release, flex the hand forward, other palm grabs at the fingers and the palm. As you straighten the elbow, flex the wrist. Now this is going to help us when we do what's a kind of a traditional yoga pose, whether you're sitting or standing, lacing the fingers and bringing the arms overhead. So go ahead and relax out that arm. So here's me lacing my fingers together. Here's me turning my palms towards you and pressing the arms out. Now my hands are soft, my fingers are soft, or this would kill my fingers. So I'm not locking my hands and pressing out. I'm more soft through the hands, relax through the shoulders, press outward with the arms, and then raise the arms overhead. Overhead is relative to you and your shoulders. If you have shoulder issues, you may not be directly overhead. If you have no shoulder issues, you may be overhead. Once you get the arms to where they go comfortably, see if you can squeeze the elbows straight, and you'll feel that connective tissue in your wrist, in your elbows. Whether you're sitting or standing, you feel that lightness of the ribs off of the hips. Find your breath. Releasing those hands, go ahead, let them fall back behind you, and we're gonna bend both knees up, or try to bend both knees up. So I move slowly, and maybe you do as well. This is where I drop my knees from side to side. You don't have to be on the blanket or the pillow. So you're seeing, how are the hips, how are the back, how's the front of your shoulder? Bandha Konasana, so opening the feet, still leaning back on your hands. Feet can be wherever. So with my knee, I may have my feet a little further out today. Now use your hands to walk yourself up, maybe move the buns away, so you bring yourself into that lifted position. Think smooth shirt. And then using the hands, bringing the heart forward. Now maybe those hands behind you, so if you saw from the side, I got up to here, and then I used my hands to push me forward. Maybe that's good to just stay right there. But if you wanted to bring the hands forward and you didn't fall back, you could do that. Now let us round and pay attention to our breath. Forward fold. Be aware of your bandhas. Leave your head down as you mindfully roll yourself up. You felt that big spinal stretch, analogous to child's pose. Okay, keep your right leg tucked in. I'm going to do my easy leg out to the side. We did this last week if you happen to be in our practice. So I'm feeling a little bit from my adductor. I either come to the palm or the knuckles if that's better. I'm going to reach and sweep up, and it looks like I'm on my knee, but really the weight is along my shin. So opening out your left arm, as you put weight on the right arm, lift up your hips and stretch out. Kind of our theme for today, open up. And lower down. Let's stay on this side. Repeat, breathe in, go up. And breathe out, come down. And switch to the other side such that I can. I just put this on as a reminder for me to be careful. So same thing, reach and sweep up. And lowering back down. And repeat, reach and sweep up. So you can move that arm up above. You can push that hip forward a little more. And release down. And we're going to stand ourselves up. So I'm going to try and do it without hands. Hopefully you can do it without hands, even with my gimpiness today. And I'm going to move my blanket. Okay, here we are, standing up. Probably best if you face me, but it won't matter your orientation onto your mat. You could face the short end or the long end. So we're going to go a little bit opening the side, and then we're going to do this one, which you might be familiar with, but I have a little fun thing to do with it. So maybe it would be better if your mat, you were facing the long end, even if, you know, you're looking at the device over here and translating it. All right, so feet are wide and feet are parallel. And you're going to slide the left hand down as the right shoulder comes up, and then to the other side. So this is a little lateral motion, and some of us with back issues may need to be very judicious in the range of motion that you choose. Bandhas, 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 they always give support. And don't worry about your pace. You might be going faster or slower than me. So I'm going to start adding a high arm going up high. So as I go down low on the right, my left arm reaches up and then it comes back down and I go over the other side. Doesn't have to be too crazy. This is a precursor to some of the other stuff we'll be doing. As we check in and how this is feeling, knowing that our practice is one of being an individual, but it certainly is nice that we can be together in this form and you can figure out a little bit about yourself. All right, I'm going to pause, put my hands on my hips, and now bending my knees a little, move my hips around and notice the sacrum, that special part in my low back. And then going the other way, it's our aloha consciousness. So I also, besides the sides of my hips and my inner thighs, I want to do my front and back in preparation for this new move I'm going to do today. So maybe take your feet out a skosh more, a little bit more. Mula Bandha, Mula Bandha. And then hands to the back as you lift up your heart, not a back bend, just a lift up your heart. And then Uttanasana, sliding the hands down, maybe pausing over the knees and seeing if you can straighten the elbows so you get that leaning outward. And then if you can, over the knees, down to the shins. Keep holding on to your legs, or it may be appropriate to put your hands on the floor. This is for our hamstrings, so feel the back of the leg. Let the head drop. Bend the knees and transition the hands back to your thighs. And then slowly, being mindful of your blood pressure, come back up. And we'll do that one more time. Check in with blood pressure. It's a thing. Lift up the chest. And mindfully slide back down as we go out with straight arms and then down to wherever down will take you. There is no judgment how far down you go. Bending the knees, moving the hands to the thighs, slowly, attentively, mindfully coming all the way back up. Let's use, as you're facing me, your right foot's going to turn to the short end of the mat. The left foot will skew in a little. We know this is a warrior position. We're going to open into our groins a little bit. So as I watch the front leg, as it is now, your right leg, it's going to bend until it comes over my ankle. Not behind, not beyond, just right over it. And then I'm going to feel that groin and turn your body to the long end of the mat. And you can open the arms. So maybe not a big stride, but just a little bit. And it's that opening right through here. And then we're going right into the crescent pose. So this will be part of this new pattern I'm doing. The back heel or your left leg is going to come up and the arms will go forward. And you pull your chest back, recommit to your lunge, squeeze the back knee straight and feel the top of that thigh. Now, if the arms in front feel like it's too much load on the back, you're welcome to have the arms down or out to your side. So please use your options. I'm going to go back to the warrior two. So dropping my heel, opening my arms, turning the body, but the eyes go to the front arm. Straighten the front leg, close the posture, breathe. And let's do that for the other side. So this turning of the foot is going to be something in the pattern that I'm going to do. So get used to that. This back one, not so much. And go ahead and watch the knee as it bends over the ankle. Turn the body toward the long end Extend your arms, look over the front arm. So this is modified for me. Normally my feet would be further apart, but this is fine. I just want to sink until I feel a little bit of pull right in here. You may feel it more or less. And this is where I move to that crescent pose. So my back heel will lift, my arm will come around, I'll sink down, I'll track my knee. I want to squeeze that back leg straight. Even just a little subtle softness will affect how much opening you get. So see if you can squeeze it open a little bit more. Again, if the arms in front don't feel good for your back, bring them down, put them out. Find your breath. Find your balance. Back to warrior two. So I drop that back heel, bend the front knee. Straighten up the front leg, turn the toes, close the posture. Walk your feet in and just kind of shake it around. Let's do a little bit for the feet and then we'll go into this pattern that I've been referencing. So feet under the hips, alternate lifting the heels. So whichever heel is coming up, the other arm is bending. And I'm going to add an arm going overhead in a bit. Right now I'm just pushing over the pads of each one of my toes. And just like your fingers, for some people this can be ah, and for other people, what? I don't feel anything. So we're just exploring what are called our phalanges. Now instead of my arm bending, I'm going to reach it upward. And I'm going to reach it upward. So you feel your body is more neutral. So there isn't a whole lot of this and a whole lot of that. So body is very neutral, stretching, opening, maybe that arm that goes up a little bit back. Bandhas, bandhas, bandhas. Breath. And then pause. Okay, the pattern. So we'll do the one that I've done most often with you. Then I'm going to do a thing that puts us down on the floor. So you do want to be facing the long end of the mat. Okay, so let's bend both knees a little and let's begin with the right leg. So the right leg is going to go back on the ball of the foot and cross over the front leg. So it's down there behind. Both knees right now are bent, but I'm going to straighten that back leg or your right leg. Front leg will stay bent. So I've dropped my back heel. Arms go out, and here I am somewhat precariously perched with the front knee bent and the back leg straight. This is one we've done, so I lift the right arm as the left arm lowers. So we know that looking up is tradition in yoga, so you can look up, but that may be a bit much for your balance. So breathing, opening, balancing. Return back center, step the back foot to up, and you're at Tadasana. Feeling a little more open on the right side, I suppose. Okay, bending both knees. Now your left foot steps back on the ball of the foot. You can put your arms up if you want. Move that left foot behind you and cross it over. So the front knee is bent. I'm going to slowly drop the back heel as I straighten the leg. Both of my feet are grounded. Just the front knee is bent and the back leg straight. So notice how you feel around your hips. As you drop the back arm, the left arm or front arm lifts up. Again, you may be here. You may want to look up and breathe. So this one really addresses the fascia, the skin under the skin, bringing a little more flexibility to us. Opening the arms to the sides, step the back leg up, and return. So we add three more components. So you're going to mirror me. I won't move fast, I don't do that. Bring both arms up and bend your knees. Raise the right heel and step back. Knee bent, cross over. Drop the back heel, keep the front knee bent. We just did this. Now as I come back, I'm not going to move the back foot, I'm going to move the front foot. The one with the bandage on it is going to turn to the short end of the mat. My back foot will step back as I go into a low lunge. So I let that foot slide back. Mine went off the mat, that's fine. With the left knee in front, you're going to put the right hand or knuckles down and open up to the bent leg. So don't worry which way you're facing. You just want to be facing your bent leg. As you come back down, get grounded. Feel free to come right up into crescent pose or use your hands on your thigh to come up. Now your arms can be in front, to the side, down below, or overhead. And we're going to go back to that first move. So that means that front foot's going to turn. As my arms open to the side, I lean forward. I step the back foot up a little. I turn the front foot. Now I'm facing the long end of the mat. My front knee is bent, my back leg is straight. Are you wobbly? And we do this again. Let me scoot up here so maybe I don't go off the mat. Breath in, lift the right arm. Breath out, turn the left foot and face the short end of the mat. As you lower the hands next to the foot, step the back foot, your right foot back. Lean into your right arm, lift your left arm so you're facing your bent knee. Breathe out, put the hand down. Ground yourself in crescent pose so the back heel is still lifted, and stand up. Breathe. As the arms open to the side, drop the back heel, turn the front foot, and we return back to center. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Lift, so that back foot has to step up a little, doesn't it? And then windmill the arms, turn the toe, step back lunge, shift over and open up. High hand comes down. Ground yourself, use your legs, decide where you want the arms. There are some options. As you open the arms, step the back foot up, tent the front foot forward, and we'll go one more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, windmill the arms, turn that front foot forward. As you come down, step the back foot up. That way your hands and legs are in alignment. Shift over and lift the left arm and lower. Ground your feet, standing up in your crescent pose. Opening the arms, dropping the back leg, turning the front leg, and we close the posture by bringing the back foot and standing. Lots of opening for all around the hip joint, opening up the sides. You should feel about an inch taller. Okay, other side. There is that element of balance, so you get better as you do it along. Inhale, arms lift, knees bend. Tip a little forward, so your left foot goes back, crosses over, and then as it straightens, front knees bent, you lift the left arm, and your breath is in when you're up. Now we'll move slowly to the other side. As I open my arms, that front foot, your right foot, turns to face the short end of the mat. Step back so that your hands come down and you wiggle your foot into that lunge. Opposite arm of the foot in front, so coming down on your left hand, open up. High hand comes back down. Ground your feet. As you stand up, feel free to use that thigh for a little stabilization. Remember, the option with arms can be front, over, side, or down. As we open the arms to come back to our starting position, I step the back foot up, drop the heel, turn the front foot to the long end of the mat, continue my body coming around. I'm back to the beginning. Inhale, open. Exhale, windmill the arms, turn that front foot forward, step back into a lunge. Shift onto your palm or your knuckle and open up. High hand down, standing up in your crescent pose. Opening the arms, dropping the back heel, turning the front foot, the right foot forward, and opening up so you're back at the beginning. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Windmill the arms, turn that right foot to face the end of the mat, step back into your lunge. Shift over onto your palm, open up. High hand comes down, ground your feet, crescent pose. Squeeze the back leg. Open the arms, drop the back heel, turn the front foot, move the body long end of mat. 2 more times. Open up as you breathe in. Windmill the arms, face the short end of the mat and step back as you breathe out. Shift onto your hand, open up when you breathe in. Exhale, the hand comes down, you get grounded. Inhale, stand up into the crescent pose. Exhale, step the back foot up, turn the front foot over, and one last time. How's it going? Front knee bent, back leg straight. Breathing in. Turning the foot and stepping back, breathing out. Opening up, breathing in. Hand down, breathing out. Ground your feet, breathing in. Step up, change your feet, breathing out. Step the back foot up. And we have completed a fun new series, good for us. So one more balance and then we'll go back to the floor. If you're in a warm place and you need a little sip of water, just get a little sip of water. Okay, tree pose. So I am going to be that demonstration before we get down and do some strengthening with our arms of how to modify. If you're on carpet, it's probably not going to make a whole lot of difference if you're on the mat or if you're on the carpet. But some people like to be on a more hard surface, so if you want to step onto something, tile or wood, feel free. So Tadasana, isn't Tadasana a great place to always come to? Root down on your left foot, bend the right knee, open the right leg. Option 1, foot on calf. Option 2, foot high in the inner thigh. Option 3, option 4 is crossing into the standing half lotus. So I think I'll do option high in the inner thigh. As you ground onto your standing leg, the arms are up to you. You can leave them down, kind of like a pine tree. You could do a cactus tree. You could do a growing tree and then decide what you want to do with your focus. For some people, just staring at something in front of them is useful. For other people, looking up is more challenging. And for some people, just looking anywhere and breathing. Let's all bring the hands into our heart. stand on 2 feet. So you can feel a lot of work on that standing tree trunk, huh? So let's go to the other side. This is where I honor myself. Tadasana is where I come back. I do know that squeezing muscles are very helpful. Shift onto your right leg as you bend the left knee and leave the toe here. Put the foot here, inner thigh, or standing half lotus. So I'm going to choose this one because my knee will be happier. Root into your standing leg. Decide on the placement of your arms as well as your focus. And you breathe. Finding your hands coming through your vision and into your heart and standing on 2 feet. It's just like a whole calm washes over us when we put 2 feet to the ground. Okay, so we're going to come onto the mat. We're going to work with some upper body strength. And this is the cat on the wheel and the reverse cat on the wheel. Kind of helps us to do chaturanga. So can you access the floor without your hands? I'll do my best, and I know you'll do your best. So we're going to be on the knees. You don't have to plop onto your bum. And if you feel that the knees need some extra padding, you can either take the mat, pull it up and double it. You can bring your blanket, towel, or pillow as you need it. So the cat on the wheel. I do this one on occasion. So the first one, the cat on the wheel, you imagine there's something about the size of a ping pong ball or a golf ball. And it's right down here in front of your nose. Now, as this is a precursor to practicing Chaturanga Dandasana, you want those elbows to move in rather than flare out. Shoulders anchored down, because this is a lot of upper body. So imagine my little golf ball or ping pong ball is right here. And I put my elbows in and I use my nose. It's just like a picnic game. And I'm going to push it forward. So take my hand down, push forward, and then come up and go back. Now I'm not going to go all the way back because my knee says no. So as I find the ping pong ball and push it forward and come up, pull up through my belly, kind of the cat pose, and back down where the ball is, push forward. Can this be done on your knuckles for those with wrist issues? Yes. So as I go down and go forward. And you may have a bigger ball than a ping pong ball or a golf ball. You may have something like, I don't know, a tennis ball or a softball or a wiffle ball. When you're done, you can go to child's pose, or I'm going to show the puppy dog. So that'll give you a little time to rest your hands, and the next one is the reverse cat on the wheel. So instead of going out and coming back, I'm going to go out and come back down and then go up over the top. So instead of going bottom and coming up, I'm going to go over and come down. So this one, the ball is out here. And maybe think of a volleyball or a grapefruit, something of that size. And you're going to grab it with your chin. Elbows are in, just as we did before. So here it is out here. I'm on my all fours. I go out, I get it with my chin, and I drag it back. Coming back up in my cat pose, I go out, I grab it with my chin, and I come back. Play with this move. See how it goes. You may find you have a dominant arm and a weaker arm. When you feel you're done, and I don't know when that is, you're going to walk the hands forward and move into Sphinx pose. So the hips are down, elbows as best possible under the shoulders, unless that puts too much pitch in your back. Then you move your hands forward if that's better for your back. Dropping the shoulders, lifting the chest, pulling the belly button up, and not over squeezing the bum. We do this for back strengthening, so be very mindful. Tops of the feet pressed into the mat. We're going to rest by lowering ourselves onto our hands. You can rest on your cheek or one side, and I'll explain what we're doing next. So we're going to do moving into what might look like an upward dog. And I know for some of us, compressing in our spine, our lower back, is really not advisable. So again, we have some options. This one will also be an arm strengthener, especially for the triceps, the back of the arm. So if you want to just watch for a minute, I'll show you the simplest version. And so if I were in my Sphinx pose modified, that means my elbows are forward, my shoulders down, I press until my elbows are straight and return back down. So yes, I am putting a little more curve in my back, but it's still modified. If I had my elbows in that traditional Sphinx pose, and I lifted from there, I'm going to put more arch into my back. So not to be confused with the upward dog is modified, and you move on the breath. So as you breathe out, you straighten the elbows, and when you breathe in, the lower the elbows. So not a big pitch in the back, a lot of work for the arms. Check that your shoulders don't do what I'm doing, hiking up into your ears. So let's see how this goes. Be mindful in your beginning setup. When you're ready, breathe out and straighten your arms and release. A few more. And lower all the way down. Go ahead and put those hands behind, grab them or lace them. Straighten the elbows, that will cause your chest to lift. And if you want to, for this one, you can lift the feet, though you don't have to. As you release the arms, place the elbows forward. Put the hands in prayer behind your head. As you release the hands, flip over on your backside. So you're going to have one knee bent and one leg straight. The hands come behind the head. And remember, the purpose of the hands are to support the neck. It is not this. It's always that your hands are lifting the head, but not crunching so that you force your chin into your chest. So yes, this will happen. Kind of a modified sit-up. Excuse me. The other thing that's going to happen is my straight leg is going to come up and go out to the side and make a circle. The second time, it makes the circle, comes up and goes back down. Now, while the leg is making the circle, my body will come up. So as I come up, it goes up, and as I go down, it goes down. As my leg circles around, I come up, and then I go back down. You can hear a little effort in my voice. So play with the motion, lifting your shoulders, lifting your leg, letting the leg go around as you slowly lower yourself back down. Bringing the leg up as you bring yourself up, and then the leg goes down and the body goes down. So go as best you can for as long as you can. I'll let you know when we get to the other side. I think one more on each variation. So let's go right to the other side. Straighten your other leg, bang your other knee in, and here we go. Two more of each one. Should be on your last one, which actually is two different lifts. And now bring your knees into your chest. So there's a lot going on there. You may have noticed some popping or cracking through your bones as that leg moves around in its hip joint. But again, the popping and cracking is okay as long as it's not hurting. So this one, you want your feet down. You're feeling like they are weights. So in other words, they don't go up to help you lift your hips up. They're going to stay anchored. What you can do, if this is a challenge for you, is to put your hands down here and press into the hands to help you elevate the hips. So you want the knees to come to your chest and you're going to lift up your hips. Some people don't use the hands. In fact, I just hold my head up. I don't lift it up and down. I just hold it in my head. I just like that. And some people also cross their ankles if you wish. So the pattern is to lift. The feet never go to the floor. The action is in the lower belly. Try and hold it in just for an instant. And feet down. Is your towel nearby? Mine is. My towel is nearby. So you can use a yoga strap or a towel. I'm using the towel and it works fine because my hamstrings can work this way. You're bringing and if you've got a strap, be careful with the buckle. So you bring the towel, the strap into the foot and you straighten the leg. Now you see I have that one knee bent, and that's advisable to keep your pelvis down. Don't want to push into your feet to lift up the hips. If you want to extend the leg, you can. It's just harder to get this leg straight. And you're just going to hang on the towel or hang on this step. So I'm not making tension here. I'm just letting the weight of my arms hang on it. If you don't have a strap and your leg doesn't come up that high, you can hold a little lower. I just suggest that you work to keep the leg straight and not let it bend. So you can hold it here and the elbows can be here. Maybe this is a better fit for you, or maybe the foot. Once you have the legs situated, I want you to think about the relationship of your pelvis to your back, so that the back is not pressing down into the mat, causing the hip to lift, causing the hamstring to get a little assist. I want you to think of dropping the tailbone, and you'll say, oh my goodness, I do feel the back of my leg more when I do that. Now, whichever leg you've chosen to do, I want you to hold the strap or the towel in the same hand. Let the other hand come to your same hip so that you remind it to stay down, because it's going to want to float up. And then open that leg to the side and pull it upward towards your head a bit so you feel your adductor. Soften the knee, bring it back center, straighten the leg, grab the hand onto the strap or the towel with the opposite. Put the other arm out to the side for balance. You're not going to let the foot that's going across you hit the floor. It should go no further than your hip, so it's parallel. What you can do is use the elbow of the hand holding the strap or the towel. If you feel a burn down the outside of your leg, you know that your IT band is a tight thing. As the foot pushes into the strap or towel, the hip on that same leg pulls back. Bending the knee, creating a little ease as you come to the back. Carefully remove the strap or the towel. Put the ankle up so you can get into that figure four or pretzel pose. You can grab the back of the leg. You can just hold the leg as I do. Pushing that knee outward, maybe playing side to side. See if you can get a little bit more out of your hip joint. Release your foot and grab your towel or strap again so we can go to the other side. Starts with the hamstring. So remember, if this knee is bent, it's much easier to get into good form, dropping the tailbone, space under your low back. If you want to extend the other leg, you can, but the same parameters remain. Hang on your strap or towel. If you had a strap, I usually slide my hands down so my elbows and my shoulders are really not doing much. Make sure you're not relaxed on the back. Let's move on to the inner thigh. So same hand, same leg, holding strap or towel, other hand anchored on your hip, leg goes to the side and up as available. Soften the knee as the leg comes back and you switch the hands onto the strap or towel with the opposing hand. Straighten the arm, the other arm goes out to the side. Now I have this fireplace in front of me, so I will go as far as I can. Straightening the elbow and straightening the knee. And boy, I feel my IT band on this leg. So the hip is pulling back as the foot is pushing forward. Slowly bend the knee, take the tension off. You can remove that strap or towel, put the other ankle up, and now you move into a bit of deepening into your hip in a way that works for you. This addresses our famous muscle called the piriformis. When you're ready, you can bring yourself upright, and that could be rolling to your side to come up or sitting up. So, a couple of ways you can sit for this one. We're going to use the towel. This is stretch for our shoulders. It's Gomukhasana. For those who say, oh, I love that one, this is the one where your legs are involved if you so choose. I'm not going to choose. So what will happen is the knees cross over, you bend your legs, and you sit up. And then whatever leg is in front, I'm going to show you the option because I'm not going to do this option. Whichever leg is in front, that's the arm that holds the towel, the strap, or you put your hand on your shoulder. And then you move your arm up. So you have like a little tail, and then the other arm reaches back, slides in, and you sit nice and tall, and then you can go forward. So the happy cow face pose. I'm gonna sit on this ottoman, but you can sit on your knees on a block. That's what I would normally do, but I'm gonna sit on this and do the same thing. You just need to see my shoulders. So you can do either arm, so whichever one, careful, hold the, if you're using a strap, hold the buckle in your hand. Over the shoulder, position this arm. So usually the arm going up is not the arm that is the most challenged, but you want to guide it up next to your face, and then you have that strap or towel. Other arm goes out, the thumb is down, pinky finger up, bend the elbow in, and then slide the elbows in, and you should find the towel or the strap, or maybe your hands just easily connect. And you breathe into the anterior of the shoulder that's behind you, the hand that's behind you. If you wanted to go forward, you could. Slowly release. I'm going to suggest you drop the arm behind you out first, and then the high arm down second. Right? And you may find that one shoulder is more tight, because it is true for most of us, but you could be ambidextrous, and that's a good thing. So strap or towel in the other hand, same hand up with the elbow side, palm down, finger up, slide hand back, reach in. So you don't want the arm out here, you want it in here. And then work your hands toward one another. Sometimes they connect, sometimes they don't. Breathe into that anterior shoulder. If you wanted to move forward, if you leaned forward, now make your way up. Slowly let that back arm release, and then you can release the other arm. We're going to keep the towel or the strap. I'll scoot back a little bit. You can do this standing or stay seated if you want. So a little more with the towel. And sometimes a stretchy band is better, and sometimes you shouldn't do this with a towel, only with a strap. So let me give you some options. Since I have a towel, that's the one I'm going to demonstrate with. So the arms will start down, they're going to go up, and you're going to see if you can go behind. Now, if you have a towel and you say, the towel's too short, I can't, you're going to release the towel and grab it back behind you again. And then you're going to see if you can bring the towel up a bit, and of course it's not going to go over your head, so then you'll bring it back over and come to the front. If you had a strap, and I'll just imagine I have a strap, or one of those stretchy bands, you would go from here up, and because you have a strap, your hands could slide gently to get around the back. Take a pause with the breath, and then go back behind and come up in front. Yeah, so most people don't have that straight over the top, both arms, same time. So the towel may be too short. So if you want to run and get something else, I don't know if my basket has another strap in here that I can use. I do, look at this. I have a stretchy band. I'm going to stand up right here. So if you had something like this, fine. If you don't have anything, fine. A bath towel, a longer towel works better. They're hard to hold, I know, but if you want to get something real quick, I'm going to show you with this one. So you want to hold it as close as you can because this is stretchy. It will go with me, unlike a towel. So as I breathe in and the arms go up, and then I breathe out and it goes all the way down. So I have just some gentle resistance as I go through the range of motion. From the side, looks like this. So you've got to work with the tool that you have. If you didn't want to use a towel, but you wanted to go as far as you could this way, let go of it, and then come up and let go of it. So you just go to that end range of motion, using your breath. I'll give a little more time with this because you may have run off to get a towel. And then when you got back, they go, oh, they're not doing that anymore. So we'll just keep doing it a little bit longer. Now again, this should not hurt. Moving the joint through its range of motion such that it's available for us today. Use your breath. Nice. Okay, in our last practice, and if you've just got back, you can just keep doing it a little bit longer. At our last yoga practice, we did what I call Pilates push-ups, and we're going to do them again today. So if you didn't make the practice last time, you get to do it for the first time. You come onto your mat with nothing on it, stand at the end because you're going to go forward. Let me show you, and you can do it with me if you want. So in Tadasana, you raise the arms, so easy now. Bend the knees and put the hands down on the mat. Walk your hands forward into a plank or push-up position. From the toes or from the knees with elbows in, you go down, 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 not all the way down, and you come up. Down, 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 and up. You do that 3 times. Walk your hands back, your knees will bend, and then very slowly, mindfully return yourself, articulating your spine until you come all the way up. So, 5. Do what you can. I start with the straight legs, and then when I poop out, I go to the knees. So, Tadasana. Breath in, arms up. Breath out, we fold. Walk the hands forward. From knees or toes, chin up, down, down, down. Push up, down, down, down. Push up, down, down, down. Push up. Walk your hands back, bend your knees, drop your head, roll and articulate your spine up. Return to Tadasana. Breath in, arms up. Breath out, we fold. Walk your hands forward to your plank from knees or toes, chin up, down, down, down. Push up, down, down, down. Push up, down, down, down. Push up. Walk your hands back. Bend your knees, drop your head, roll yourself up, careful. Tadasana. Breath in. Breath out. Walk forward. Down, down, down. Push up. Down, down, down. Push up. Down, down, down. Walk back. Bend your knees. Just 2 more. Breath in. Breath out. Walk out. Down, down, down. Push up. Down, down, down. Push up. Down, down, down. Push up. Walk back. Roll up. 1 more time all together now. Breath in and breath out. Walk out. Knees or toes. Down, down, down. And push up. Down, down, down. And push up. Down, down, down. Now this time, knees down and go to child's pose. So you should feel your energy slowing down. And now I invite you to put yourself in a position for Shavasana. So you could lay on your side and do a little twist and then kind of lay on your side. Or you could lay on your back, pillow blanket under the knees. You could go back and lay on your belly. Whatever you feel is going to relax you the most. Because now we do nothing. Now we just lay and rest and push away distractions. And you know, the distractions are the thing. So you get yourself comfy, and there may be sounds, but the sounds that we're pushing away are the ones inside our mind. So get yourself relaxed. We just have a short time of this. If you need that little accompaniment, focus on your breathing. Wander around in your body and let it relax. Maybe be aware of the changes in your heart rate. Should be slowing down a bit. So wait until I ring the singing bowl. Let this time be yours. And so with the singing bell, it's your wake-up call. And so deepening the breath and wiggling your fingers and toes and awaiting the words that I share for today. So this is a Russian proverb. Those that are afraid of bad luck will never know good. So life is a gamble. There's no way around it. We can't know good luck unless we're willing to risk having bad luck. And bad luck can come whether we take any risks or not. Clearly, we're better off taking an occasional risk if we want to learn, grow, and become a better person. So thought first today, I sometimes worry about what might happen to me, but I know I need to extend myself and take some chances if I'm going to have a full life. So whether that has a connection to you or not, go ahead and bring yourself to that seated position. Sitting however you wish, but mindfully. Again, aware of those bandhas. They serve us walking around in life every day. Relax through the neck and shoulders. Feel more open today, open in the shoulders, open in your side, a little more balanced perhaps. Arms to the side as they lift and join. And now with palms at our heart, we share the word. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a good rest of your day, whatever that's going to be.